Yo, what's up, party people? It's been way too long, me friends. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What do we have here, me dogs? Cut it out, me dog. What's going on, my friends? As y'all can already tell, a couple things have changed for show. First and foremost, the camera angle has changed. Now, the camera angle will no longer be on the side of me. It's definitely going to be in front of me. I want to face you guys. I'm going to face y'all now. And then, obviously, you can see my background has changed. Your boy moved. Finally got all my ducks in a row. Shit moved out to the side. Your boy has moved. But without further ado, it is your boy John Quick of the Talk That Lingo crew. Talk that Lingo crew. We talk that lingo very fast. Like I always say, it's harder to keep money than to get it. I'm not gonna waste none of y'all time. I'm gonna bring up my brother Talib, man. Talib, what's going on, my brother? Talk to me. Got the fresh line. Yes, sir. Looking astute as you always do, my brother. How you living, my brother?
Man, blessed, alive, working and healthy.
Yes, sir. Can't be mad at that. Well, listen, man, I didn't want to take too much of your time here today. I just wanted to kind of, connect with what you do, our normal show. But I had a couple quick questions for you, if you don't mind me asking, my brother.
Here, go ahead.
What happened to the Brooklyn Nets last night?
You saw the game. It was a good game.
You saw the game, of course. We all saw the game, but I want to ask you, the Brooklyn native, what happened, man? They dropped the ball.
It's the playoffs. We have it's the playoffs. That's what you can really sum it up to. A lot of players turn into a different beast. The teams we expect to be at the top of their game that surpass stuff like this aren't sometimes. And maybe it's just one game. So I wouldn't, completely count Brooklyn out.
No, I mean, honestly, listen, Brooklyn is my dark horse team in these NBA playoffs. I really, really think that Brooklyn has the potential to go all the way, obviously, and win the championship. Every team in the playoffs has a chance to win the championship, but specifically the Brooklyn Nets have an astounding chance to make some headway. Now, I guess one of my questions to you as well, my brother, are you afraid now that the Brooklyn Nets have lost their first game?
Not at all. There've been plenty of teams that have lost their first game.
Yeah.
There's been plenty of teams. There are teams that have bounced back from losing 2 games in a row.
That's true.
So, and it's not like Brooklyn is going against a bum-ass team.
Right. That's true. Yep. Probably the best defensive team in the league, honestly.
Let's not take away from the team that they playing. These guys bust their ass to make it to the playoffs.
Right.
You feel me? Like this is a different tier. That the coaches are talking different in the locker room. So I can only imagine whatever they put out on the court is truly everything. I believe I wouldn't want to take that away from any player or any team that makes it to the playoffs. Now, when we in regular season, yeah, you can talk that shit, but the playoffs is different, and I don't believe one game is gonna make Brooklyn look bad or is gonna put a dent in their armor. If anything, now with the tapes that they watch, instead of watching it like, yeah, we just whooped their ass, they watching it like, all right, let's study the players, let's study what they were doing, let's study how they got this edge up on us. So we know how to go into the rest of these next 3 games, or possibly 4, 7. Who knows what they do with the series?
Right. Let me ask you this. So obviously you got the Memphis Grizzlies playing the Minnesota Timberwolves. Were you able to see that game?
I was recording.
Oh, you didn't. So you didn't see the game, but because you were recording. Oh man, how was the recording session going?
Man, recording session was dope, bro. As
Yeah.
always, per usual, man.
Mm-hmm. As you know, I got it. I gotta hear that, my brother. I got.
Yo,
I got
everything is
it.
being lined up. Everything is being perfectly, man. Everything is being lined up perfectly. This is all actually in set for after KS drop is done. So
Okay.
yeah, I'm gearing up.
Okay, as you should, my brother, as you should. Well, let me also address the people as well. Listen, man, if you are in here, drop a like, make sure you subscribe, and be sure to subscribe. It's your boy John Quick of the Talk That Lingo crew with my official co-host, Talib Bands. Now, Talib, I want to ask you a question, man.
Yeah.
Um, what what was your experience when you were younger with basketball, and how did you become the basketball fan you are today?
Well, my experience with basketball came from growing up watching the older men around me watch it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I didn't grow up with my pops and them, but when I was either over at an uncle or hanging out with older cousins,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That's what they were doing.
yeah.
Or if they took me to the park with them, you know what I'm saying? A game was being ran. So you already know from rip as a young kid, you're gonna want to do what the big kids is doing. You're gonna want to have fun with that.
Right,
I can honestly say I didn't. I got picked for teams. I wasn't that kid that was like the last person to get picked when they got pull up five. We was in school.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was on my middle school team. I was on my high school team. I'm pretty
Mm,
damn sure if I did the college route, I could have did it on the college team too.
yeah,
But
man.
no, basketball was always fun. Just watching
Yeah,
your favorite players do what they did on the court made you want to do it and impress the girls, impress everyone. You know, wake up, damn man, I'm gonna score 60 today because you have a game after school. You know what I'm saying? The brotherhood of it. I love basketball. I love what basketball does for people's confidence, self-esteem, and social skills. But
I mean,
basketball for me has been an
mhm.
amazing way to get to know people
mm,
and it just be in the moment. That's what
yeah.
basketball did for me.
Let me ask you this, because you mentioned something that I want to bring to light for myself as well, because basketball has always been every word you said. I agree, especially with the uncles and the cousins and stuff like that, going to the park and all of that. You watching them watch basketball, they may
Right.
be drinking and stuff like that. So you become infatuated with it, right?
Yeah.
It's one of those things where it's like it's very easy to just get involved because you have family members or you have friends who are doing that. But you
All
said
about it.
something that was very interesting to me, and I want you to kind of expand on it, because this is actually the reason why I started playing ball in 8th grade. So
Right.
let me break this down for y'all. As a child, between my kindergarten and 7th grade years, I bounced around a lot in different areas of Philadelphia. So I lived in South Philly, I lived in West Philly, I lived in North Philly, I lived in um, there's no East Philly, but I lived on the east side of Philadelphia as well. But you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Um, it wasn't until I got to 8th grade where I found a home in Cheltenham area. I went to Cedarbrook Middle School, and that's where I actually had a basketball team. Now my other schools had basketball teams, but we were so young, so it wasn't really like it was like a high school team or a college team where you can kind of have like a fan base around it. But I say that to say this: when I finally got to 8th grade, you reminded me of this when you said this. When I finally got to 8th grade, it was more of a communal style um community where people were playing basketball and everybody knew one another and everybody knew how good this person was, good that person is, XYZ.
Exactly.
I didn't start playing basketball until I got to 8th grade because I wanted to impress the girls. That's the whole reason. That was the whole premise behind me playing basketball, because
Hmm.
I wanted to play in front of the girls. Because in 8th grade, that's when everybody would go to the games. Even though it was only 8th grade, the games are literally right after school. So you didn't get on the bus, you just went to the
Hmm.
gym. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And then they sent buses after the game because they knew all the kids were going to the game. You get what I'm saying? So I wanted to play ball to impress the girls. What was your experience like when you were playing ball, and when did you get to that realization that you wanted to play a sport for the opposite sex?
Uh, just like you said, bro. I think every guy really sees it like that. Like,
Mhm.
they'll go to the park and they'll see that one kid, that's like super nice, like
Yeah.
everything. And
Hmm.
the reaction he gets when he gets off the court is what everyone wants. It's like, yo, you were super nice. The girls are like, oh my God, da 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 da. And you like, damn, I want that. Like, man,
Facts.
they just come to him. Like, is that how that is? It's like he don't really gotta do too much. Just he's literally just it, playing basketball is the perfect visualization of you being yourself and people loving you for it.
Hmm.
Literally.
Agreed.
People loving
Agreed.
you for it. You put in all this work to be this amazing and you don't do anything too far out there because you're doing what you naturally do.
Mm.
And people just love you for it. And, well, I could do that if I practice, and then being on a team and knowing that all you got to do is learn the fundamentals and have a want for it. You know what I'm saying? That's what made me want to do it. It was the reaction, it was everything that came with it. And then when I got older and found out, well, you can get paid millions of dollars to play basketball. What? I can have my own sneaker. I'll be doing commercials. All I gotta do is dunk and you
Yeah.
feel me? Get to go like I'll never get in trouble. What do you mean, man? All I gotta do is dunk. Watch All
Mhm.
Star. They're gonna forget about that murder case. Like are you saying,
Mhm.
like basketball sold this dream where you could literally be anything you want as long as you were amazing with that ball and everyone loved you.
Yeah. No, I hear
Michael
you,
Jordan
man.
became a movie star. He became the number one sneaker in fashion, knowing nothing about fashion.
Right.
His sneakers sold because of his performance on the court. That's what
Mm.
pushed that brand. If you want the best sneaker in the world, then who is the best sneaker in the world? Michael Jordan does. Why wouldn't everyone want to wear that? Him being him, just like why wouldn't anyone want that dream? It was the perfect American dream. It's like what? This black kid from the urban area, white folks didn't even care about racism when it came to Michael Jordan. It was like, why wouldn't you
Hmm.
want that?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you want that? These white folks they didn't care about it.
Hmm.
You're entertaining us, or you're making us a bunch of money, and racism was out the window. Basketball was the bridge for softening up racism. Like basketball just did a lot more than just wanting to be a superstar for me. It was the history that came with what basketball did behind the scenes. Facts.
Yeah, man. No, I agree. I agree. Yeah, no. Jordan Jordan was and is definitely the black Jesus in the black community. But I want to shift to this. Okay, so you mentioned Michael Jordan and you mentioned his impact. First of all, if you are in here, drop us a like. It's a button. That's all you got to do is hit it for us. Drop us a like.
Go ahead
Me
and
and my
click
brother
that.
Talib Bands, we attempt to bring you some very, very, very important content that you need to hear. And I want y'all to stick around for this next question that I'm going to ask my brother.
Bro, before you say that next question though,
Mm-hmm.
I just need to dip off real quick. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I put something in the oven and it's cooking.
Mm, mm,
I
Go
will
ahead.
be right,
I'm gonna hold it down. I'm gonna hold it down. I'm gonna hold it down.
right back.
Check this out. Check this out. As my brother is going to get his as my brother is going to get his DiGiorno out the oven. It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno. As he's going to do that, I want y'all to put in the comments, who do you think? What's up, my brother Paul? How you doing, brother? Who do you think had a bigger impact on the youth? Was it Michael Jordan or was it LeBron James? Now, we got Michael Jordan. Obviously, you know, he's sold the sneaker, like my brother was talking about. With there were people who didn't necessarily like another subset of people, but when they saw this man Michael Jordan play ball, they had to grab his sneakers. They had to go out to the store, stand in line, and grab his sneakers. LeBron sneakers aren't as impactful as Jordan shoes were, but LeBron himself is a very, very impactful player. And I really struggle with, how did LeBron get this notoriety? Like, where did it all come from? Who was the first person to say that guy is going to be the guy? So let me know in the comments what y'all think. Do y'all think LeBron had a better impact on the youth, or do you think Jordan had a better impact on the youth? And it looks like my brother Talib Bands just joined us again. Go ahead, my brother. Go ahead, my brother. My
We
question
back.
to you is, who do you think had a greater impact on the youth? Was it LeBron James of this for this generation, or could it have been Michael Jordan for past
Uh,
generations?
that's that's a tough question in a sense that we don't want to minimize what both these gentlemen have contributed.
Sure, sure.
So I mean, there's Michael Jordan did what he did for the generation he was able to do for,
Mm-hmm.
and LeBron James is doing for this generation. Both men have done a magnificent job in that contribution of still looking out for the inner city youth, whether it be African American, white American, Asian American, or any American of this on this good country of ours. But
Mm-hmm.
at the same time, when you look at both men, they've literally, panning out the same thing. I would hope every other basketball player of color, race of any degree follows what these two gentlemen have done.
Mm.
So yeah, you can't split the hairs on this, because you know what Michael Jordan did for people in the 90s, when he was at his highest
Mm-hmm.
of celebrity, and we know what LeBron James is still doing today. And just recently, I don't know if a lot of people noticed, but in North Carolina, uh, Michael Jordan actually built up. I don't want to say a large hospital, but I know it was a hospital he did build up for people to be able to come over there and get checked out for COVID and stuff.
Mm.
And that's for the kids to come through and also get treated. So, when anyone gets to a height of success in whatever sport that they play, whenever you give back, you're doing a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? I want to point out something that I admire you for, and I appreciate that you went this route as well. In the black community, we have such a comparative mindset where it's like, was Michael Jordan better, or excuse me, was Michael Jackson better, or was Prince better?
Right.
Is Jay-Z better, or Biggie Smalls better? Like, we have this comparative mindset where we instinctively just compare and contrast individuals who do the same thing. We do that with rappers, we do that with sport players, we do, or athletes rather, we do that with singers, we do that with actors.
Mhm.
So I admire the route that you took in regards to that, because it really sets us up to say, look, we can appreciate the two of these men in their greatness. We can appreciate the fact that Michael Jordan was able to give us how many years? 14, 15 years of his career. Uh, LeBron
Right.
is able to give us 20, going on 20 years of a career, which seems like he's going to break a good amount of records. But I wanna ask you another question, and then I wanna dip off from this because it looks like
Okay.
this could be a show in itself. But I want to ask you this. With that being said, right?
Mhm.
Should we continue to have talks about who is the greatest of all time in basketball? Well, let
No,
me open it up to this. Should we continue to have talks about who's the greatest of all time in basketball or in rap music?
nah,
Why
because
not?
of evolution.
Okay.
It's very simple. I'm pretty sure at one point Thomas Edison and damn, I'm forgetting the person that I think it was Tesla at the time. It was Thomas Edison and
Nikola
Tesla.
Tesla. Yep. Yep.
I believe at the time they both were saying. I believe at one time they were both saying, "Yo, this is the best thing ever," and this is the best product ever, and this is the greatest thing of all time.
Yeah.
A few generations and years goes by. This is the greatest thing. It's a whole new product. It's a whole new thing. It's like with basketball players.
Right.
It's a whole new product. It's a whole new person. It's what this
Mhm.
person brings to the sport that allows us to put them on that pedestal. So it's like, all right, Michael Jordan, he had his time. Kobe had his time. LeBron James had his time. Someone else is going to have their time. Let's appreciate people having their time. Who's the greatest ever? You can't say Michael Jordan is the greatest ever because if you put weight differences against it, LeBron James would run over Michael Jordan.
Mhm.
It's a fact.
Yeah.
That's just a fact. So players are getting bigger, stronger, and faster.
That's true.
Positions that point guard and positions that centers were playing, they playing point guard positions. So you mean to tell me if you got a center, big old center, if you got Giannis who has handled guarding a Michael Jordan back in his prime, Michael Jordan is not doing anything to Giannis.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Michael Jordan would be embarrassed. Now,
100%.
at that time, centers were only known for playing one position. If they
Right.
allowed a center to evolve like how centers are now, Michael Jordan wouldn't be doing a lot of the stuff that he does. The
Mhm.
conversation would be different about who the greatest is. So let's allow sports fans, let's allow these players to be great in their time. Just allow them to be great in their time because the
Yeah.
next player 10 years from now is gonna be shooting better than Curry shoots. Half
Could
half
be.
court shots is half court shots is gonna be looking like free throws.
Could be.
Yeah, you feel me? Know what I mean,
Yeah.
I'll be right back, guys. I just gonna be right back with the oven. Let me slide right back off. I know with the interrupts, I'll be right back.
Yeah. Listen, man, my man gotta go get his DiGiorno out the oven, my man. Hey, listen, no complaints here, no complaints here. Like I said, man, let us know in the comments who you think is the greatest, LeBron James or Michael Jordan. In my humble opinion, neither of these men are the greatest of all time. In my humble opinion, I believe wholeheartedly 100%, and this is not a game. I, actually, okay, I'll be honest with y'all. So first of all, Kobe Bryant is my favorite player of all time. I love everything about Kobe Bryant. I love Michael Jordan, but I love everything about Kobe Bryant because I actually saw Kobe Bryant. Now I saw Mike play, but I saw Kobe like literally his entire career. Not every dribble, don't get me wrong, but I saw just about every dribble of Kobe Bryant. Right back when Steph was doing what he was doing, I was of the mindset that Steph Curry could have been the best player of all time. And we can go deeper into that, but I just thought that Steph Curry was probably the best offensive player of all time just because of the simple fact that he can shoot and he can put up points very quickly. Now, there have been things that happen between then and now that leads me to believe Steph Curry is not as good as a player as I thought he was, because obviously Michael was clutch, LeBron was clutch, Kobe Bryant was clutch. I feel if you don't have that clutch gene in your arsenal, then you are not necessarily a great player in the top 2 or 3 list. That's just how it goes. Now, with that being said, if Steph Curry were a little bit more clutch, because listen, what Steph Curry did in that Toronto series, in that Toronto final series, when Klay Thompson went down and KD went down, you got to remember, there was only one other superstar on Toronto at the time, which was Kawhi Leonard. So it was almost like the Warriors should have been a bit more aggressive in finishing out that series. Now, remember, they could have sent the series to Game 7. Klay got hurt, unfortunately, and it didn't happen. But as we're wrapping up the show, my brother Talib Banks has just returned, man. So what do you got in the oven? The people want to know, man. What you got in the oven? I'm sorry, you were cut off. What you got in the oven, my brother? Is it delivery? Is it DiGiorno? What is it?
Cookies. I got some cookies in the oven.
I
got some cookies in the oven. I'm not gonna lie. My little niece came and visited me, and I had promised her, and when she came over, that I would have some cookies warmed up prepared for her. So I was just being a good uncle.
Yeah,
I had to check on the cookies for her.
Yeah, man. No, you are absolutely a good uncle, man. Checking on the cookies, getting the cookies baked and not burnt. You understand me? Anything else you want to leave with the people, my brother? Anything else you want to share with the people before we jump up out of here?
Before we jump up out of here, people, I want you to remember to share light and love with your neighbor. I want you to remember to always take a step back and take a breather. And remember, life comes with all different angles. Don't let the first one you see make an ass out of you. And that's real.
That was a one-liner for your ass right there, man. I appreciate that, my brother. And one thing that I do want to say before we get up out of here, man. Listen, it's harder to keep money than to get it. It is extremely easy to go out here and make you some money. It's 10 times harder for you to keep that money that you made out here. So with that being said, make sure you follow myself. Make sure you follow my brother Talib Bands on Instagram at ReallyRedX. Make sure you follow me at quick.audio. Listen, if you are able to follow me and you are out here making money, I don't care how you are making the money. Follow me on Instagram, follow me on TikTok. Make sure you continue to watch the shows because we are going to show you and we're going to get a little bit more in depth with ways that you can keep the money that you earn from the job that you have. We are going to get more into that.
That's your money.
Listen.
That's your money. And I know you want it. And I know you want it. That's your money. Let this guy help you. Let this guy help you.
That's it.
That's your money.
That's it. That's all we want to do, man. We just want to help you keep the money that you earn or profit. And guess what? Peep this. Don't tell nobody. Don't tell nobody. All the game we give y'all is going to be free. 100% free. Free.
Tell them
free. It's going to be free. You ain't got to pay me no money. All you got to do is pay attention. And with that being said, we out of here. My brother Talib, I appreciate you coming on as always, being as consistent as possible. Go make your niece some cookies, man. She deserves some good cookies, man.
You feel me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All that job easy.
My brother, peace, love, and respect, my brother. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.